This lady says that when her kids were really little, they lived in Monterrey, Nuevo León. Because the town that they lived in was really small, they decided to move into the city so that her kid can go to preschool. Apparently, the school that she wanted him to go to was really nice. She explains that her husband stayed in Monterrey because he still had to work, but eventually was going to join them. They ended up leaving before the husband so that they can go and visit the school that the kid was going to go to and the house that they were going to live in. So again, because the husband had to stay and work, she had to stay the night at that new house by herself with her 4-year-old and a newborn baby. She explains that when they moved in, the 4-year-old was very scared of that house. She doesn't know why, but what she did in order to not have him be scared all night, she would go and sleep in the kid's bedroom in like a twin size bed with him and the baby. And as you can imagine, they were very cramped in that little bed. She did sleep on the very edge so that her kids wouldn't sleep there and maybe fall off the bed. She says that there was one night where she was about to fall asleep and she wanted to move her arm, but she couldn't. She felt almost as if something really heavy wouldn't allow her to move her arm. When she turned to look at her arm, she says that the room was dark, but there on her arm, she can see a little boy, a little bit older than her son, laying on her arm on the bed. She said that when she finally turned to see that kid's head on her arm, she looked at his face and that he was smiling at her, but it didn't feel good. Like, it didn't feel right. Can you imagine? She said that she stayed paralyzed just looking at his smile and she could not move. And in the middle of that, her baby broke that silence and started to cry because it was time to feed the baby. She turned her head to look at the baby on the bed and she felt when that little boy got up and left the bedroom. She says that is something that she would never forget, like the heaviness of that kid holding her down to the point where she couldn't move and how he was looking back at her with that creepy smile. The way I would have moved out and went back to my little town, is that creepy little guy worth going to that preschool? Because for me, no. But what do you guys think?